Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to speak about gluconeogenesis. Gluconeogenesis literally means formation of new sugar. In this process, glucose is synthesized from non-carbohydrate precursors like pyruvate and other related 3 and 4 carbon compounds like citric acid cycle intermediates. This process occurs in cytoplasm. This process is the reverse of glycolytic reactions, but only 7 of these 10 enzymatic reactions can participate in gluconeogenesis. As you can see here, all the reactions are reversible except 3, which are glucose, glucose conversion to glucose 6-phosphate by hexokinase, fructose 6-phosphate conversion to fructose 1,6-bisphosphate by phosphofructokinase, and the last reaction where phosphoenol pyruvate is converted to pyruvate by pyruvate kinase. So these three are the enzymes which do not participate in gluconeogenesis. So instead of these three, there are bypass pathways where pyruvate is converted to phosphoenol pyruvate by a different enzyme. Fructose 1,6-bisphosphate is converted to fructose 6-phosphate by a different enzyme, and glucose 6-phosphate is converted to glucose by a different enzyme. Let's look at these three bypass reactions. But all other reactions are same as glycolysis in gluconeogenesis but in reverse direction. So the first reaction where pyruvate is converted to phosphoenol pyruvate, uh, there are two methods by which pyruvate can be converted to phosphoenol pyruvate. Okay, the first method or the first process is when pyruvate is the direct precursor. So the pyruvate which is present in the cytoplasm is first transported to mitochondria, or in the mitochondria the alanine which is present is converted to pyruvate by transamination reaction. The pyruvate which is now present in mitochondria is converted to oxaloacetate by the enzyme pyruvate carboxylase. This enzyme requires biotin which carries HCO3 for its function. In this reaction, 1 ATP is utilized. The oxaloacetate, because the mitochondria doesn't have transporters to transport oxaloacetate out of mitochondria, this oxaloacetate has to be converted into malate by the enzyme malate dehydrogenase. In this reaction, 1 NADH molecule is utilized. The malate which is formed in the mitochondria is transported back to the cytoplasm where it is converted to oxaloacetate. In this reaction, 1 NADH molecule is given out. This oxaloacetate is finally converted to phosphoenol pyruvate where 1 molecule of CO2 is also released. This reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme phosphoenol pyruvate carboxykinase. In this reaction, 1 GTP is utilized. So the overall reaction is pyruvate plus ATP plus GTP plus HCO3 minus gives phosphoenol pyruvate plus ADP plus GDP plus inorganic phosphate plus 1 molecule of carbon dioxide. So let's see the second method where lactate acts as the precursor. So here lactate has to be converted to pyruvate, which is done in the cytoplasm by the enzyme lactate dehydrogenase. In this reaction, 1 NADH molecule is produced. This pyruvate, which is formed in cytoplasm, is transported to mitochondria, where it is converted to oxaloacetate by the enzyme pyruvate carboxylase. This oxaloacetate is then converted to phosphoenol pyruvate directly by the enzyme phosphoenol pyruvate carboxykinase. Now, this molecule which is formed in the mitochondria, that is phosphoenol pyruvate, is transported back to the cytoplasm. This is how pyruvate is converted to phosphoenol pyruvate. So, the next reaction, which is irreversible in glycolysis, is conversion of fructose 6-phosphate to fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. Now in gluconeogenesis, this fructose 1,6-bisphosphate has to be converted to fructose 6-phosphate. This is done by the enzyme fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. Now the third reaction where glucose 6-phosphate has to be converted to glucose is carried out by the enzyme glucose 6 phosphatase. So these three are the bypass reactions which occur in gluconeogenesis, but all the other remaining seven reactions are same as glycolysis, but in the reverse direction. So to form one molecule of glucose from pyruvate, it requires 4 ATPs, 2 GTPs and 2 NADH. So the final reaction goes something like this. 2 pyruvate plus 4 ATP plus 2 GTP plus 2 NADH plus 2 H plus 4 H2O gives 1 molecule of glucose plus 4 ADP plus 2 GDP plus 6 inorganic phosphate and 2 NAD plus. So this process is quite expensive. This process occurs in liver and kidney and not in brain, muscles and erythrocytes. The glucose which is produced in liver and kidney are transported to brain, muscles and erythrocytes by blood. Hope you understood this video. If you liked it, please support the channel.